Hi, everybody. Welcome into the broadcast today of You Are Enough, and I'm your host, prophetessnikkig. In today's video, I want to give a shout out to everybody for your support. I want to thank you for praying for us daily here on our channel. I want to thank you for all of your acts of kindness that you guys do give us, and thank all of you for purchasing the book, Becoming a Master of Divine Consciousness, and giving me your support on my Instagram page. But I just want to commend all of you for recovering from your betrayal. This video is to you. Betrayal recovery. Those of you who have healed from this, those of you who are healing, those of you who have recovered from your trauma, from your betrayal, you've moved on and you made peace. Now you are ready to regain what you lost. Now you're ready for that restart. It's like a car when you have that push start button in your car. That's what God is going to do. And people hate. They hate, they loathe that you have made peace. You've recovered from all of this. You've bounced back and now you've moved on. It's one thing to turn your back and to keep that back turned to those who opposed you, but you crushed your opponent. You crushed your enemy. You crushed every adversary that came up against you. How did you do it? You did it through God's help, and you did it through recovery. You have recovered, or you will recover from this betrayal, from this trauma. I know it was hard. I know it was difficult. I know it was a long road for you, but people hate that they couldn't destroy. People don't like it when they can't destroy you. They do not like the fact that you have healed. You found some sense of strength and courage to move on. And the greatest thing about it, this is how you know you're healing. Even if you're not there yet, you are still in the process of healing because you've made peace. When you make peace with a situation, family, no matter how bad, how detestable that thing was to you, you're healing and you're getting ready to move on. You're getting ready to turn the page of your life. You're getting ready to write a new chapter in your life. You have the power to do it, and you're tapped in. You can't heal with certain people around you. This is why God had to remove some people out of your life so that you could heal properly. You can't heal properly, and God won't be able to heal you thoroughly with certain people in your camp, with certain people in your circle. So they had to go. They had to leave so God could do his greatest work within you. Some of you have been wondering why you couldn't prosper so much. Why is it that you would start good, but you didn't end up well? It was because the company that you were keeping, they just had too much negative energy. Their spirit wasn't good. Yours was. So you have to be careful whenever you are a very empathic person, when you are a very kind and loving person, because you're going to attract people that are not so good. You're going to attract people who are dark, that don't have the light of the Lord, because the enemy does not want you to be happy while you're here, but you have a right to be. God said that he came, John 10:10, he came that you should have life and have it in abundance. It's God's will for you to be happy. It's God's will for you to be whole. It's God's will for you to be complete. The moment you begin to make peace, people begin to despise you for the peace that you're making, because you're giving up. You're giving up trying. When you give up trying, when you give up trying to chase something, when you give up trying to make it happen, it's like trying to put on a shoe that's too small. It's not your proper size. So that's what you've done. And this is what a lot of people do when you fall into trouble. And this is why you can't get out of the rat race of those toxic cycles that you're in. But those of you who are recovering from your betrayal, I applaud all of you. I'm happy. I'm grateful for you. And I want you to be proud of yourself, because I am. I'm proud of you, because I read a lot of your emails, and a lot of you have gone through so much. You've gone through consistent betrayal after betrayal, your pain, your trauma. And what people don't understand, when they hurt you, they don't get the degree that they hurt. They leave a lot of residue behind. This is why it's so difficult for you to trust. This is why it's so difficult for you to make the right decisions in life, because you've been conditioned to make the wrong decision, because you're attracting the wrong people. And you may ask, why am I consistently attracting the wrong people? It's a different person, but that same spirit is in that person. What is it? What is going on? You still have some trauma trapped inside of you. So this is why God will place you in a season of isolation. This is why God will put you in a place where there's nobody but you and him, because God can't afford for you to spend time in this season of brokenness and trauma more than you're supposed to be. The moment that you moved on and the moment that you recovered and made peace, you need peace above everything. I don't know about y'all, but I love my peace. Peace is important. Reverence your peace over so much in your life. This is how you know you're getting out of the rat race of not being healed. When you make peace with something, that's surrender. And God is waiting on you to surrender. God will wait on us so patiently just to throw our hands up and give up. Yes, you want it to happen, but God said, I can't let it happen because this is just not the right thing for you. You made peace with it. You moved on. You've recovered. God is going to restart your life. You're going to regain. When you make peace, family, and you move on, this is when you're going to start seeing the heavens open up for you. This is when you're going to start seeing restoration in your life. This is when you start seeing gains. I mean, gain after gain after gain in your life. When you make peace with this situation, because you're going to drop it. You're going to leave it alone. You can't keep carrying it. You got to drop it. You want new opportunities to come in. You want the windows of heaven to open for you. You have to drop it. Don't be afraid to drop it, because it's destroying you by carrying it. God never designed us to carry weight. Never. He told you to cast. Just like you cast a pebble upon the water, you have to cast your care upon God. Why? Because he said he cares for us. Did you know that God knew you was going to heal, family? This is why God is so long suffering. He doesn't rush sometimes to pull us out, because he knows we need that lesson. You needed this lesson. You needed this lesson. God allowed you to be broken, because those of us who sometimes go through brokenness, he said he draws close. He's going to draw near to those who are of a broken and of a contrite spirit. He draws closer to you because you're so broken. You're so crushed and you've been so cast down. God said, you are the person that I'm going to draw a little bit closer to. But people hate that you've moved on. They hate you've recovered. And they hate it the most because you made peace. It doesn't bother you. You have to learn to live a life unbothered. It doesn't mean you're a cold person. Doesn't mean that you're a mean person. Doesn't mean you're callous and black in your heart. No, you've learned to prioritize your own mental health. It's just not healthy for you to stay in toxic cycles. Why do you want things that are not good for you? Because you feel like that's what you deserve. You feel like you don't deserve anything better. And you have possibly a desire, or you're struggling with being alone. You have to be alone with you before you can bring somebody else in your life. You have to learn to be okay with being by yourself. You had to go back and go through all this, family, so you can relearn all this stuff all over again. This is why God is pushing that push start button in your life, because you're getting ready to regain everything you lost, every single thing. I don't mean just materialistic things. God is in the blessing business, but your mental health, those emotional parts of you that people took, they stole that emotion from you. Those parts of you, God is going to heal. The mental capacity that you used to have, God's going to regain that. Your self-confidence that has been beaten down, that has been broken, God is going to build your confidence back up, because he's going to show you your worth. God will give you little small miracles. Thank God for the small miracles along your journey. Thank God for those little small blessings and those small opportunities that he's going to give you. Because what God is doing, he's building you back up. And he's going to build you back up better than where you were before. You are recovering from your betrayal. You're either coming out of it or you're already out of it. And I'm so happy that you've endured until the end. You got to endure to the end. You got to hang in there to the end. It's going to be tough. It's going to be challenging. God never promised us that things wouldn't be difficult. They wouldn't get hard, but he did promise us. He said, I will be there with you always. People may have promised you that and walked away and left you when your life got hard and when your life got difficult. But thank God he allowed them to drop off at that point in your life. Can you imagine people hanging there with you until you got blessed? Can you imagine people keeping that fraudulent face, that mask on until God brought your blessing in? And when they received your blessing, then the true person came out. God said, no, I'm going to hold your blessing until you get yourself together. Hashtag that. I'm going to get myself together. I'm going to recover. I'm going to move on and I'm going to make peace. God will always do what's best for you. And remember, people will hate, but they can't destroy. And they hate you even more when you are living a life that's unbothered. You're unfazed. If you see certain people, if you hear from certain people, if you don't entertain them anymore, you can care less. That's because you have healed, or you in that place in your life where you're healing and it just don't matter to you anymore. And no matter what they do, what they try to do, they just cannot make that difference with you anymore because you've shut that door, you've closed that chapter. And God said, I'm giving you a new start, I'm giving you a new beginning. God always is ready and willing to give you a new beginning. Thank you for tuning in. We love you over here. Bye bye.